Hey good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com, and that was my brother Finbar tearing it up on bass guitar. I don't know if a lot of you know, but my brother Finn is a killer bass player, and he's going to have an awesome bass lesson coming at you right here just in a few seconds. He's going to teach you about coming up with some cool droning string, creative note patterns that you could do, very simple and fast. He's going to play along with a drum machine, and it's going to be an awesome lesson, so stay tuned for that. And I want to let you know that he's also a teacher, and he just has completed his it's a 5 DVD set on beginner bass guitar mastery, and it's a killer set. And if you want to learn a little bit more about it, click on the link below. I'll put a link to it where you can watch a video preview and learn all about what's on those 5 DVDs. It's an awesome set, and if you're familiar with my teachings of guitar, Finn teaches bass guitar in a very similar manner. He breaks everything down, he plays everything at slow and regular speeds, tight shots of the neck, tight shots of the fret hand, so you could really see the action up close. He's not going a million miles an hour and then saying, okay, do that. You know, he breaks it down, makes it simple. He's very funny, and he keeps it light, and he's got a great personality on camera, and makes it fun. So if you ever had that inkling to play bass guitar, if you've never touched a bass before, or if you've been playing for some time, this DVD set's for you. You'll learn all about the parts of the bass. You'll learn all the notes on the neck. He teaches you how to use the right and left hands with proper fret technique. He also teaches you how to slap and pop. You know, like every bass player wants to do that. He teaches you all kinds of interesting things, how to play with a drum machine and metronome, how to work on your timing and rhythm, and his style is awesome. You'll really like it. It's a great DVD set. Check it out. Click on that link below, and here is Finn with a super cool bass lesson. Enjoy it and keep on rocking.
I'm very excited about this DVD package though. And I want to introduce to you my Australian Shepherd, Sydney. She is also crazy excited, and you know how crazy Australian Shepherds are. She's just the energy just pouring out of her. I need to calm her down all the time because she is very excited about all this. Isn't that right, Sid? Sydney, calm down. I gotta apologize for her. She's nuts. She's a crazy dog. Australian Shepherds, man. You gotta watch them because they'll freaking wreck your house. They're so nuts, especially Sydney. This lesson is going to involve a drone, which is a note that basically is played over everything else that you're playing. This would be similar to like on bagpipes, right? There's drones on bagpipes, or if you listen to Indian traditional music at all, there's usually a drone wah going on in there. But I've used the D string, just the open D string. You saw in that entire progression, I'm actually droning on that open D string the whole entire time. So you're playing the open D string while you are plucking all your other notes on the G string. And what I'm going to do is, for you folks, I am going to tell you how I played that, and then afterwards I'll talk a little bit about theory. If you're not into theory, you don't even need to watch that part of it. Alright, so what you're going to be doing for this ditty right here, the whole entire time what you're going to be doing is, so I can show you here, you are going to be picking the D and the G strings the entire time, right? You're fretting the G string, right? In different places along the neck, and you're going to be all over the neck for this one, right? But you are, no matter what, you're going to be hitting that open D string with every strum, right? So the first place you're going to be playing is the 2nd fret, and incidentally, I don't want to forget to say this, when I'm playing these 2 strings down there, you don't always want the E and the A to ring out, so I'm muting. What I'm doing when I play is I'm plucking these strings, but I'm placing sort of the heel of my hand over the E and the A strings to mute them so they're not ringing out, muddying everything up the whole time. So anyway, you're starting on the 2nd fret of the G string. Gives you that sound right there. Right? And then what I'm doing is I am alternating between that 2nd fret and the 4th fret of the G. So you got, right? So you're playing, this is chords. The whole thing are chords because you're playing more than one note at a time because you're always playing on that open D. Just like that. Now that's second to fourth. What you're going to do is you're going to slide that up all the way up to that 14th fret, right? That A note right there. Then you're going to go down to the 12th fret, and you're going to hit that twice. Then you're going to bring that all the way up to the 19th fret, right? So you got... You can hit that twice or once, right? And then you're bringing it down to the 14th fret. So far. Right, and you can keep your finger actually down for all this and just slide it around. And then you're going to hit this 11th fret of the G string 3 times, and then 3 times on the 12th. And then you're going to hit the 9th fret 3 times. And how you resolve that is on the 7th fret, right? Because that's the D, that's the root. This is in the key. This whole progression is in the key of D, and that's the root. So it sounds good to resolve back to that. So if I play that whole thing slow, all the way up to the 14th. Just like that. And I threw in a couple other things there, like... Right, and all I'm doing there is I'm keeping my pointer finger on the 11th fret of the G, and I'm hammering on and pulling off on the 12th fret. And then bring it up to the 14th fret, right there, see? Just like that. And then at the end I was playing this more aggressive part. And all I'm doing there is you're playing on the 11th fret, then the 12th fret of the G. And then you're bending at the 17th fret. Again, of course, while you're ringing on the D. Just like that. And then the 19th fret, right? And then you're kind of bending that 19th fret. And while you're bending that up, playing on that D string right there. And then to end it, you're kind of making a chord right there. Where my fingers are there, I'm on the 19th fret of the A, playing that octave right there. The open E string, the 20th fret of the D, and the 20th fret of the G. And I kind of go into it, play that open A for a second. Now, if you want to get into the notes that I'm playing and why you're picking these notes and why they sound good and all that, this whole entire progression is in the key of D, right? So every note that I'm plucking on the G string or fretting on the G string is found in this, in the D major scale. You can find every one of these notes. So, for instance, I'm starting here, and I'm playing on the 2nd fret there of the D. That's an A note, which is the 5th note in the scale. So you're playing a 5th. And then I'm going up to this note right here, which is the 4th fret. That's a B note, and that's actually the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th note of the D major scale. Right? And that's what that sounds like, a 6. Incidentally, that would be your relative minor of the D would be the B. Right? Then we went all the way up to the 14th fret, which would give you this sound. And again, that's an A. Right? So you're playing the root and the 5th right there. Then you went down to the 12th, and this is interesting. That's a G, right? So you got G, G. And what that is, in relation to the D, that's a fourth. So you're playing the root and the fourth together right there. We went all the way up to the 19th fret, and that's a D. So you're just playing the root and its octave right there. And then we're on the 11th fret, right? The 11th fret of the G is actually an F sharp. That's got an interesting sound together with the D, right? And the F sharp is actually the third. So you're hearing this sound. And then the 12th, that's a G, obviously. So that's a fourth. The fourth of the D. That's the sound you get there. When we play on this note right here, the ninth fret of the G string that's an E note. When you play that along with the D, that's actually the second. Gives kind of a dissonant sort of sound. So take this and run with it. It's just great to know that you can drone on, you know, an open, and you could do this with an open A or an open E or whatever you want. It tends to sound nice and kind of pretty sometimes on the higher strings. But you know, use an open note, and then you could think about, well, what other notes can I play on the next string down that are in that scale? So I'm playing the open D. You want to play in D, and you can look all around on the on the D major scale and see, well, what notes can I pick out of there? But you could do it with A. You could do it with any key, basically. If you want to have a droning note, it's nice to have the open strings drone because it's easy. Just pluck whatever notes you want out of that scale and apply it and run with it.